hāpai o ki muri. Kia tau I ona mana ki tanga ki runga ki tēnā o tātai. Ke hōnore he kororia he maungārongo ki runga ki te mata o te whenua. He whakaaro pai I ngā tangata katoa. Aro haina ngā teina, me ngā tuakana. E noho nei I rungi te whakaaro kutai, pai mai.
Please be seated. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi o ngā hauewha, tēnei aku mihi mahana ki o koutou. Nau mai, hara mai, ki te whare nei. Te whare o te kāwana tianara, kei whanganui atara. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to today's Government House Wellington Investiture ceremony. I'd like to specifically acknowledge Mr James Mercer, Member of Parliament, Mr Joe Harawira, our kaumātua, Ms Puhi Wahine Tibble, our kuia. Tēnā koutou katoa. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties I perform on behalf of His Majesty, the King of New Zealand. I am delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Ms Catriona McLeod will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr David Hill of New Plymouth, for services to literature, particularly children's literature. David Hill has published more than 50 books. His works have been translated for international audiences, and he's received numerous awards. He is a member of the advisory group to the New Zealand Society of Authors, NZSA President. He is regularly a mentor and assessor for NZSA's programs for emerging writers. He's engaged with thousands of children through organisations such as Read NZ and Storylines and Writers in Schools programs. He has advocated for further support for children's writers and book awards, highlighting disparity of income and prize packages between children's and adults' literature, and more broadly highlighting issues around lending rights and compensation for broadcast adaptations affecting the income of professional writers. Mr Hill is respected as a reviewer of adult literature, columnist and speaker at writers' festivals. Mr David Hill, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr Hamish McCrostie of Havelock North, for services to outdoor recreation and search and rescue. Hamish McCrostie was a member of the New Zealand Mountain Safety Council, NZMSC, Snow and Avalanche Advisory Committee for many years. He helped develop the NZMSC National Incident Database. He established the Pre-Hospital Emergency Care Training and Qualifications Certification and the New Zealand Professional Ski Patrol Association. He was involved with search and rescue in Queenstown, Wakatipu, and was a SAR advisor to New Zealand Police and Land SAR. He was a Snow Sports New Zealand board member. He has been ski area manager at the Remarkables and Coronet Peak and has contributed to the Ski Areas Association of New Zealand. Mr. McCrostie was general manager of mountain operations of Genting Ski Resort in China, where he was involved in developments for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics and Paralympics. Mr. Hamish McCrostie, please come forward. Mr. James Morris of Hikurangi for services to table tennis. James Morris is the immediate past chair of Northland Table Tennis. In the 1980s, he travelled New Zealand to raise funds for Northland Table Tennis to build a stadium in Whangarei. He was coaching director and high-performance director of Table Tennis New Zealand. He coached the New Zealand table tennis team for the 2002 Commonwealth Games. He was a board member of Sport Northland and helped to establish the Kauri Club. He was president of Oceania Table Tennis and a table tennis jury member at the 2016 Olympic Games. He was vice president on the Executive Council of the International Table Tennis Federation. Mr. Morris was co-tournament manager of the World Veteran Table Tennis Championships in Auckland in 2014, the largest table tennis event held in New Zealand. Mr. James Morris, please come forward. Ms. Jody Wright of Christchurch for services to the arts. Jody Wright has directed several large-scale cultural and literacy events in Christchurch. She was the artistic director for the Festival of Romance, later directing the Southland Buskers Festival and the Sidewalk Art Project. She was the director of the World Buskers Festival, bringing unique and diverse performers to Christchurch's streets. She co-founded, organised and directed Word Christchurch, formerly Books and Beyond, a writers' festival hosting literary events and workshops. Following the Christchurch earthquakes, she was involved in several projects to revitalise the city's art scene, including the Christchurch Seattle Sister City Committee and Life in Vacant Spaces. She has worked as an events advisor for many organisations, including the Arts Centre for Christchurch and Christchurch City Council. Ms. Wright is the director of the International Jazz and Blues Festival. Ms. Jody Wright, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Ms. Kira Hundleby of Wellington for services to Pacific Arts. Kira Hundleby is co-chair of the Melanesian Steering Group to the Ministry for Pacific Peoples. She is an elected member of the Wellington City Council's Pacific Advisory Group. She co-founded Hundleby and Chalmers Productions and has worked in creative production of community and national arts projects and festivals, including the Wellington Pacifica Festival, Waitangi Day, WOMAD, and the Cuba Duper festivals. She is a member of the public programs Team Pacific with Te Papa Tongarewa. She co-founded Melanesian Women and Friends. She was a co-founder and creator of the World Peace Day Festival 2015. Ms. Hundleby has promoted African, Melanesian, Maori and Pacific Indigenous communities through music, dance and creative methodologies. Ms. Kira Hundleby, please come forward. Mr. Prem Singh of Wellington for services to multicultural communities. Prem Singh joined the Wellington Regional Multicultural Council and the New Zealand Federation of Multicultural Councils, Multicultural New Zealand in 1989. He has held several roles for both councils, including Secretary and President, and is current Treasurer. He contributed to Multicultural New Zealand's Haurahi Hau strategy, providing a pathway for multicultural communities to gain greater understanding of Te Tiriti o Waitangi and contemporary Maori culture. He was a founding member and president of the Wellington Fiji Association. Mr. Singh organised vaccination drives for vulnerable members of the community during COVID-19 pandemic and coordinated fundraising initiatives and donations for those affected by Cyclone Gabrielle in 2023. Mr. Prem Singh, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Mr. Ywan Coleman of Wellington for services to theatre. Ywan Coleman has been a member of the Wellington District Theatre Federation since the 1970s and has held all executive committee member positions. He's been a member of the Wellington Repertory Theatre since 1976 and is the current secretary. He's been involved in the Executive Committee of Theatre New Zealand and the Association of New Zealand Drama Adjudicators. He travels to direct shows for societies and runs technical workshops to help hundreds of actors. Mr. Coleman has been a trustee and is current treasurer of Theatre Archives New Zealand. Mr. Ywan Coleman, please come forward. Mrs. Helen Gordon of Waikanae for services to the community. Helen Gordon chairs the Kapiti Coast Community Committee, assisting members of Blind Low Vision New Zealand with regular check-ins, specialised equipment, talking book services, driving to appointments and emotional support. She has hosted 4 social events annually and helped members to attend. She has been a leader with the Girls' Brigade since the 1970s and established the first Waikanae company. She has guided girls through the Duke of Edinburgh Award scheme and helped 6 girls through the Queen's Award, Girls' Brigade's highest international award. Mrs. Gordon served as the Wellington Area Commissioner and assisted with several national conferences. Mrs. Helen Gordon, please come forward. Mrs. Rana Tutua of the Chatham Islands for services to Māori and the community. Rana Tutua is a kuia, elder and kai karanga of the Chatham Islands community. She provides tikanga Māori blessings at christenings, weddings, birthdays, tangi and other events. She taught kapahaka at Te Oni Primary School. She was a Chatham Islands County Councillor and board member of the Department of Conservation Chatham Islands Committee. She chaired the Chatham Islands Federated Farmers Association. She is a Chatham Islands Ladies Hospital Committee member. She leads the Chatham Islands Golden Oldies. Mrs. Tutua runs a successful sheep farm and works full-time at the age of 85 for the Chatham Islands Enterprise Trust. Mrs. Rana Tutua, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you embody the sentiment expressed by the Roman philosopher Cicero when he said, "Not for ourselves alone are we born." I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora, I tēnei ahiahi. Now you will see on the back of your program the words to the national anthem in Te Reo Māori and in English. I now invite you to stand with me and sing both of these.